The more you learn about our world, the stranger it becomes. There are places that seem impossible, animals with unbelievable abilities, and scientific discoveries that sound like they belong in a science fiction movie. But everything you're about to hear is completely real. These are the kinds of facts that make you stop and think, how did I never know that? Let's dive in. Shuffle a deck of cards. The order you end up with has probably never existed before. A standard deck can be arranged in about 8 followed by 67 zeros different ways. That's far more than the number of seconds since the universe began. Every shuffle creates something almost certainly unique. Not every proposal includes a ring. Some penguins use pebbles instead. A male searches carefully for a smooth stone and offers it to a female. If she accepts, they use it to help build their nest together. It's one of nature's sweetest traditions. Lightning looks enormous, but the bright channel you see is surprisingly narrow. A typical lightning bolt is only about 2 to 5 centimeters wide. The incredible brightness makes it appear much larger than it really is. Sometimes your eyes can be just as misleading as your imagination. Sloths can hold their breath longer than dolphins. You'd expect dolphins to win this challenge. Surprisingly, sloths can hold their breath for up to 40 minutes. They slow their heart rate dramatically to conserve oxygen. Many dolphins need to surface sooner than that. Sometimes the slowest animals have the biggest surprises. You might think the tallest mountain on Earth has stopped growing. It hasn't. The collision between the Indian and Eurasian tectonic plates continues to push Mount Everest upward. It grows by a few millimeters every year. Even the highest point on Earth is still changing. Many people think the strongest muscle is your arm, or maybe your legs. But based on the force it produces relative to its size, your jaw muscle is one of the strongest in your body. It allows you to bite with incredible force. Every meal is powered by remarkable engineering. On most planets, the sun rises in the east, not on Venus. Venus rotates in the opposite direction from almost every other planet in the solar system. If you stood on its surface, the sun would rise in the west and set in the east. It's one of the strangest worlds we know. This tiny caterpillar has a surprising defense mechanism. When threatened, it inflates parts of its body and reveals markings that resemble a snake's face. Predators often hesitate or flee. Sometimes looking dangerous is enough to survive. Earth isn't spinning at exactly the same speed forever. Our planet's rotation is gradually slowing down. As a result, days are becoming slightly longer over millions of years. The change is tiny, only milliseconds at a time, but even time itself isn't perfectly constant. Some animal group names are strange. A group of crows is called a murder. And a group of flamingos? It's called a flamboyance. Considering their bright pink feathers and dramatic appearance, the name fits perfectly. Space doesn't just change where you are, it changes your body too. Without gravity compressing your spine, the discs between your vertebrae expand. As a result, astronauts can grow up to 5 centimeters taller in space. Unfortunately, they shrink back to normal after returning to Earth. Your heart does more than pump blood. Every beat generates electrical signals. In fact, the heart creates an electric field that can be measured outside your body. These signals coordinate every heartbeat and keep your body alive. Right now, your chest is producing electricity. A forest is much more connected than it seems. Trees can send chemical signals and even share nutrients through underground fungal networks. Scientists sometimes call this system the Wood Wide Web. A tree under attack can warn nearby trees about danger. Forests are more like communities than collections of individual plants. Some exoplanets are truly terrifying. On one distant world, temperatures reach extreme levels. Its atmosphere contains silicate particles that form glass. Powerful winds blow that glass sideways at thousands of kilometers per hour. It's one of the most hostile places ever discovered. The world's largest hot desert didn't always look this way. Thousands of years ago, the Sahara was filled with rivers, lakes, and grasslands. It was home to animals like elephants and crocodiles. Ancient humans even painted these creatures on cave walls. A place that is now one of the driest on Earth was once full of life. Growing old is a normal part of life, but not for every creature. Some species, like certain jellyfish, can repeatedly reset their life cycle and avoid aging entirely. They can return to an earlier stage of life and start over. In theory, they could live indefinitely. Nature has found ways to cheat time. A waterfall seems impossible to climb, but some fish manage it. Using powerful suction and specialized fins, certain species can slowly scale wet rocks. They climb upstream to reach food and safer habitats. Nature always finds a way. The biggest living thing on Earth isn't a whale. And it isn't a giant tree. It's a fungus. A massive underground fungus in Oregon covers nearly 10 square kilometers. Most of it is hidden beneath the forest floor. You're probably walking over giant organisms without even knowing it. You probably don't think much about your sense of smell, but your nose is incredibly powerful. Scientists estimate humans can distinguish more than 1 trillion different scents. Certain smells can even bring back memories from years ago. Your brain stores smells like tiny time machines. High above Paris, hidden inside the Eiffel Tower, is a private apartment. It was built by the tower's designer, Gustave Eiffel. Many wealthy people offered huge amounts of money to rent it. He refused every offer. Today, the small apartment still exists near the top of the tower. The human eye is incredibly sensitive. It can distinguish millions of different colors. This is because of specialized cells in your retina called cones. They detect variations in light and color with extreme precision. What you see is just a fraction of the full spectrum of reality. Right now, your body is producing light. Humans emit tiny amounts of visible light all the time. The glow is far too faint for our eyes to see, but sensitive cameras can detect it. You are literally glowing every second of your life. Most plants grow slowly, some bamboo species don't. Under the right conditions, certain types of bamboo can grow nearly 1 meter in just 1 day. That's fast enough to almost see it growing with your own eyes. Nature can move much quicker than we think. Jupiter is the largest planet in the solar system, but it spins incredibly fast. Despite being more than 11 times wider than Earth, 1 day on Jupiter lasts only about 10 hours. The giant planet rotates so quickly that it's actually slightly flattened at the poles. Size doesn't always mean slow. Pluto may no longer be classified as a planet, but it's still full of surprises. 1 day on Pluto lasts about 6.5 Earth days. That means if you watched a sunrise there, you'd wait nearly a week for the next one. The outer solar system moves at a very different pace.